Hello students, I hope you are doing fine. Today we are going to start a new topic in chapter life processes, that is respiration. So students, we have already studied the process called nutrition in plants as well as animals. In animals, the process of nutrition is completed through different steps. What were they? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So in absorption, what happens is that the food particles, the simpler food particles, are absorbed through the villi and it reaches to blood vessels where it gets mixed with blood, and with the help of blood vessels, the blood carries these food materials to each and every cell of the body. In each cell of the body, after the food or glucose has been reached, then the process of respiration takes place. What happens in the process of respiration? As you already know that we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So after the inhalation of oxygen, oxygen reaches to each and every cell of our body. There is glucose present by the help of the process called absorption. So, in the presence of oxygen, the glucose present in each cell breaks into different byproducts that are carbon dioxide and water. And also, energy is released in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. So, this energy, which is produced in the process of respiration, helps to do various activities in any organism. So that is called respiration, the process of producing energy in living organisms by breaking down of complex food material with the help of oxygen. So as you all can see, there are two equations given. First one is word equation and the second one is chemical equation. This equation is for respiration. Word equation is as follows: glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, water and heat energy. In chemical equation we can see that one molecule of glucose, that is C6H12O6, in the presence of 6 molecules of oxygen breaks down to form 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, that is 6CO2, and 6 molecules of water, that is 6H2O, and 38 ATP. 38 ATP means 38 adenosine triphosphate, that is a unit for energy. So 38 ATP energy is released in the process of respiration, which is used in different processes. As you have already studied in your junior classes, that respiration is of two types. First one is aerobic respiration and second one is anaerobic respiration. What happens in the process of aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration is a process in which oxygen is involved. It is a type of respiration in which oxygen is involved. When there is absence of oxygen, then anaerobic respiration takes place. Aerobic respiration occurs in the presence of oxygen. One molecule of glucose produces 38 ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and the end products are carbon dioxide and water. So this is the general equation for the respiration and also for the aerobic respiration. You can see in the given reaction that one glucose molecule reacts with 6 molecules of oxygen to form 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water and also 38 ATP of energy. So the other type of respiration is anaerobic respiration. And anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen, means there is no involvement of oxygen in the process of respiration. In which type of respiration? In anaerobic respiration. One molecule of glucose produces only 2 ATP of energy, which is very less as compared to the energy released during the aerobic respiration, which is 38 ATP. The end products are ethanol in yeast or lactic acid and carbon dioxide in muscle cells. The first equation is given for the anaerobic respiration that occurs in yeast, where one molecule of glucose produces 2 molecules of ethanol, that is C2H5OH, and 2 molecules of carbon dioxide with 2 ATP energy. The second equation that occurs in the muscle cells of animals, where one molecule of glucose breaks down into 2 molecules of lactic acid and 2 ATP of energy is released. Students, you have heard about the muscle cramps in many sports persons. What exactly are muscle cramps? What happens when there is very shortage of or less supply of oxygen in the cells? What happens is the process of anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, when there is very shortage or less supply of oxygen, the glucose molecules break down in the absence of oxygen to form lactic acid in our muscle cells, which causes a sudden pain in our muscles, and that is called muscle cramp. So now you know what is the reason behind the cramps that we suffer while playing or doing some vigorous exercises. Now students, we will try to understand the process of aerobic respiration in detail. As you can all see, there is a green box present. In green box, you can see glucose is converted into pyruvic acid and 2 ATP energy is released. This process is known as glycolysis. After the formation of pyruvic acid, the pyruvic acid is converted into carbon dioxide, and this process is called Krebs cycle. After the production of carbon dioxide, 36 ATP is released and also water. That is the byproduct of aerobic respiration. So what exactly happens in the process of aerobic respiration? First of all, glycolysis. Glycolysis is a process in which glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. After that, pyruvic acid in the presence of oxygen is converted into carbon dioxide, that is called the Krebs cycle, and in this process 36 ATP and water is released. So you can count or add 36 to 2 ATP, so total 38 ATP of energy is released, and carbon dioxide and water are the byproducts of aerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, the process of glycolysis occurs. As you all know, what is the process of glycolysis? Glycolysis is a process in which glucose is further converted into pyruvic acid. But in the process of anaerobic respiration, this pyruvic acid do not form carbon dioxide or water, as there is no oxygen present. So this pyruvic acid is converted into lactic acid in muscle cells, in animals, and in yeast it convert into ethanol, that is a form of alcohol, and also carbon dioxide is formed. So the energy released during this process is very less because there is no combustion of food particles. Combustion means burning. In the presence of oxygen, the food burns, so it produces more heat energy as compared to the process of anaerobic respiration where there is no oxygen. So there is no combustion of food particles as much as there is in aerobic respiration. So therefore the production of energy is very less, that is 2 ATP, 2 adenosine triphosphate. So this is the difference between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, oxygen is involved, so therefore the production of energy is greater as compared to anaerobic respiration where energy release is very less. So the byproduct in aerobic respiration are carbon dioxide and water, but in anaerobic respiration the byproducts in animals is lactic acid and 2 ATP energy, and in yeast ethanol, alcohol and carbon dioxide is produced. So that's all for today, students. I hope you are learning and practicing. Stay home, stay safe.